Hi, it's Teri with Backdoor Quilts. It's Sunday and I'm sewing in my jammies. And we just got back from the original One Stop Quilt Shop hop in Wabash, Indiana. It was great. You should mark your calendars for next year. I'll put the dates in the comments. It was a wonderful show. There was a lot of vendors, lots of demonstrations, lots of gorgeous quilts and quilting. And it's a lot of fun to be in Wabash. So what I wanted to do is recap the papers that I've been showing, because a lot of people said they watched the videos, but they weren't really sure about the papers. So I demonstrated this for 2 days, and so I'm going to demonstrate it one more time and introduce a couple of new papers and talk about some that are coming. So these are papers from Holt, and they're made to go on layer cakes, which is really clever. So you start with 10-inch squares, and a layer cake will have a lot of different fabrics in it, usually at least 21 different fabrics, but they usually have 42 pieces in them. And you layer up for the tree, you layer up 3 different fabrics that have contrast. You get the sides all even. Then you take the paper and iron it to the top. It has a freezer paper type backing on it. So you just iron it on. Then you cut on the lines. It tells you exactly where to cut. 1, 2, 3, like that. So you cut on the lines and then remove the paper. Then you switch the pieces around so it looks like a tree. And you sew these 3 pieces together. You sew these 2 pieces and trim this side. Then you sew this piece on and trim the bottom. And then sew the top and bottom together and trim it to 8.5 inches, and you get a tree like this. This is flannel fabric. We have this one made. We also have one that's red and green, which is perfect for Christmas. But you can use any layer cake. You can use Christmas fabric, or this is Kansas Trouble's reproduction fabric. You can use anything. You could use something bright and whimsical too. So that's the tree. I did a complete demonstration on Facebook and Instagram on January 5th, if you wanted to look at that. But it's pretty much what I showed you today. The next one is a heart. And this is the same kind of idea. The papers are here. It shows a finished quilt on the back. This quilt uses 2 layer cakes, but you only need 1 pack of papers for the 2 layer cakes. However big you stack up the fabrics, that's you just need 1 paper to do that. So you want to do the hearts in pairs. You don't want to like mix a whole bunch of them up. But if you can cut more than 2 at a time, you can cut 4, 6, or 8. That's fine. Just keep them in pairs. So you switch the fabrics, so it looks like a heart. And then you'll sew these 3 pieces together. You can either match up this end, or you can match up this side, or just center the pieces. You're going to have to trim one way or another. I found that if I was doing something like this that had stripes, it worked a little bit better if I matched this top edge here. So that's what I did. And so I matched this here, sewed this piece on, and then you can see how uneven the center is. You trim that, and you lose as little fabric as you can. Trim that on both sides and sew it together. And then you trim it with a 7.5 inch ruler. So if you look at these, this one matches pretty well. This one doesn't match exactly, but when you look at it, it still looks like a heart. They're meant to be wonky, so it's fine if they're wonky. And this one doesn't match exactly, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. You want it a little wonky. So that's the heart. Speaking of hearts, or wonky, we have this star quilt. And if you look at that, all the points are cut off and none of the seams match. So if you can tolerate that degree of wonky, the star quilt's for you. We use a layer cake from Holt called Americana, and we have those. We had reordered quite a few. So we have those in the shop. This shows a whole quilt made with it, and on this one she used sashing, and so did we. I think it just would have been too hard to tell what was what without the sashing. So that's what we did. There's a new paper that we haven't made yet. We're kind of waiting for the perfect layer cake to come along. This is pumpkins, and on this one, they have contrast, but they also put a sashing just horizontally in between. And we've seen some quilts that our customers have shown us that they made up, and it looks really good just with the sashing in between. This would be cute actually in this flannel like this. It's really wild and whimsical, and it's not fall colors at all. But that would be real fun. I've already made a quilt out of that, so I probably won't do that, but I'm keeping my eye open for a layer cake that catches my eye for this one. And then brand new, at least brand new to us, is Crazy Quilt paper. On this one, you stack up 5 layers because you've got 5 different pieces and you don't want the same thing in each block. It looks like this when you put it all together. And then you would twist and turn the pieces so they're not lined up, so they don't look all the same. This would be great for a crazy quilt. You could even embellish it with decorative stitches by hand or from your machine. But also you could use this kind of as a basis for doing a jacket or purse or something like that. So it would be really good for garments as well as for quilts. This is a 10 by 10 for a layer cake. She also has a 5 by 5, and we have sold out of these. We took these to the show, and without any sample or anything, we sold out. So the 5 by 5 just has 3 pieces. I'm working on this today. I'm using a charm pack called Tutti Frutti, so 5-inch squares. And I liked the idea of these. If you kind of look at this, they're sort of all the same value. There's different colors, but they're sort of all the same value. So I put them together in 3s that weren't exactly the same. So I think that is going to make for a nicer crazy quilt. But you want to stack them up straight. So you want to have the 3 layers straight. And then you want to put this on, iron it on like the others, and cut here and cut here. And then switch the 3 pieces, so you have 3 different pieces in here, and then sew them together, and then trim them to 3.5 inches. So this would be really cute for a purse or a tote. You'll have 42 pieces when you're done, but they're not very big. So that's something to think about, and we're reordering these and we'll get them back in. So I hope that you try these papers real soon. I'm really enjoying them a lot. I would say that the tree is the easiest, and the heart and the star are about the same, and the crazy quilt should be easier than anything. So I hope you get to sew today, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.